Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Finn and Luna refrain from disclosing their secrets as Hope and Daphne argue. As Hope chastises Daphne for kissing Carter, the dark-haired beauty refers to him as the love of your life, and Hope doesn't correct her, so we start off with some shocking news. She claims that Daphne has actually known that from the beginning. Hope takes offense when Daphne mentions how angry Carter is with what the two of you have done, essentially saying, "How very dare." Hope adds, "You have no idea what Carter and I have in common." However, Daphne keeps implying that there is more going on with him than his girlfriend is prepared to admit. The blonde asks just what her new opponent is hinting at when Daphne notes that Hope got what she wanted and that her line is back. And before correcting the record, Hope almost puts the pieces together and realizes there is a connection between the women as Daphne repeats Steffy's frequently stated talking points. Hope, whose eyes are on the edge of tears, says, "If you were going to accuse me of running after Carter and pretending to care about him, you'd be wrong. Don't steal my affection and change it to suit your twisted story. You won't make another move for that man because I care about him more than you realize." Finn informs Steffy that he must tell her about Luna and the location of his daughter. They end up conversing in circles instead. He apologizes by saying, "I've upset you and I've turned your life upside down again." Steffy informs her husband that nothing he says will make her feel any differently, as though she is aware that Ridge and Taylor are wondering how the younger couple will handle this at that same moment. She isn't leaving him, even though her parents urge her to. Subscribe to Soap's Bold and Beautiful newsletter, the text says. Subscribe to receive daily recaps, spoilers, exclusive interviews, and breaking news alerts delivered directly to your inbox. https://cloud.email.soaps.com/signup. Steffy trash talks Poppy, who deceived Finn, kept him in the dark, and now left him to deal with this unexpected turn of events. She claims that his daughter is the same woman who tried to kill me, your wife. Short side note, who speaks like this? Does she somehow believe that Finn is unaware that she is his wife? And for those who dislike asides and commentary in their recaps, don't worry, Candace will be back from her well-earned vacation on Monday. Steffy has another flashback in which she is being kept captive and Finn rushes to her aid. This episode is full of flashbacks. "I don't blame you for being Luna's father because your love saved me," she says. She wishes that weren't true, but she understands that it's difficult and perplexing for him. "I don't blame you for being Sheila's son. I understand that she is your daughter, but could we perhaps stop thinking about Luna?" Steffy asks. "She's imprisoned, after all, so they won't ever have to consider her again." "Is that possible?" she pleads. "Will you please?" Finn appears conflicted as he keeps quiet despite knowing he must inform her that Luna is living at Bill's. Bill discovers Luna sobbing softly on the couch as she reflects about her most recent meeting with her father, Finn. He acknowledges that he sort of is given the situation, and she praises him for always feeling accountable for her. Bill acknowledges that perhaps she hasn't told him everything yet and that he wasn't totally sure he could trust her. She acknowledges that she feels like I have a real future where she will be able to see her family again. Luna informs Bill that everything in her life has changed. "What if I have more than one living parent besides my mother?" she inquires. "What if my dad is waiting for me somewhere?" He is aware of her strong desire to deny that Tom is her father, but she must come to terms with the reality. She has another flashback in which she discovers Finn is her father. However, similar to Steffy and Finn, Luna doesn't really share anything about her new father with Bill, seemingly laying the groundwork for a lot of revelations tomorrow. Steffy begs Finn to forget about Luna, while Hope threatens Daphne to avoid Carter. On today's episode of Bold and the Beautiful, Luna tells Bill that her life has abruptly altered once more, Finn asks Steffy what the future holds, and Taylor wishes her daughter's life was normal. Recap of Wednesday's B&B. Finn was ready to inform Steffy about Luna, and Carter gashed an enraged Hope before she confronted Daphne. When Finn says they must discuss Luna and her current location, Steffy inhales deeply at the cliff home. She finds it hard to believe that Luna is his daughter given how kind he is. He claims that she has never had a break and that her life has been in perpetual upheaval. Now what? He inquires. She's not sure. There is a lot. Join SoapSpoilers.com as a subscriber. Receive SoapSpoilers.com's most recent post updates and more directly in your inbox. He is reassured by Steffy that they will confront this together. He embraces her, feeling terrible for disturbing her life. His wife holds Poppy responsible for everything. Having an adult daughter who attempted to oust his wife has left him unable to cope. He says, "I've already asked so much of you," while holding her hands. She claims that he was not at blame for what transpired with Luna. Steffy claims that the memories of her time in the cage still haunt her. She would never have seen him or the children again if Luna had been successful. No matter how much she wishes they weren't in their lives, she cannot hold him responsible for his mother or daughter because his love saved her. Is it possible for them to simply forget about Luna and never bring her up again? He's shocked to see Luna crying at Bill's. He asks her what happened when they are sitting together and claims that nothing can surprise him. She assures him that she will always be appreciative. He acknowledges that he wasn't sure if this would work, but so far, so good. He believes that she wants to tell him something. For once, Luna acknowledges she feels as though she has a genuine chance at a future. One that allows her to re-establish contact with her relatives. Her life has abruptly transformed, she explains. It keeps changing abruptly. She might find her father waiting for her outside. Bill is perplexed. She claims to be certain that Tom is not her father. Ridge and Taylor are at Eric's wondering when their daughter will be able to live a regular life. The fact that Luna is his daughter will always be a burden on Steffy and Finn's marriage, no matter how hard they try. She believes that Finn is requesting that his wife accept things that she shouldn't. Ridge reiterates that Luna is incarcerated. Taylor continues to be concerned about having two psychopaths in his family. Steffy is sticking by her man when other wives would have run away. The psychiatrist adores Finn's affection for their daughter, but he is introducing her to risky individuals. Why must Steffy and Finn be subjected to continuous testing? Ridge promises to protect Steffy. Hope inquires about Daphne's feelings for Carter in the design office before revealing that she witnessed her kissing him. Daphne is aware that Hope's true love is Carter. She was not deterred by that. That was a bad thing for her to do. However, Hope was wrong to persuade Carter to take Forrester. Hope guffaws at this and accuses her of shifting the subject. Daphne acknowledges that she went too far, but so did Hope. Hope believes she is qualified to ask her questions. The other woman advises her to pay attention to Carter and see that he is unhappy with what they have done. Hope is adamant that Carter has brought the business back to life. They concur that he is an exceptional businessman. When Daphne mentions how much Hope has benefited, Logan queries whether she is suggesting that she has been abusing Carter. Hope criticizes Daphne of sounding like Steffy when she implies that Hoppe pressured Carter to defy his nature. Hope informs her that she is completely mistaken. Steffy's grudge caused her to be humiliated. She cannot change the fact that she truly loves Carter to suit her story. You will not try to win him over again. Do you understand? Hope prompts. Annika Noel discusses Hope's escape from Forrester Creations and her reckoning day. According to spoilers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan is currently struggling with relationship problems after confronting Carter Walton about his kiss with Daphne Rose. What will happen now that Carter and Hope's romance has suffered a serious hit? Annika Noel talked candidly about her current plot and offered some predictions for its future in an interview with SOD. To begin with, Noel admitted that fans have been witnessing a completely different Hope than they have in the past. Hope has been pushed to her limit and may be a bit broken as a result of her past of belittlement and betrayal. Because of this, Noel believes that Hope has gone on the attack and is acting in ways that the previous Hope would not have. Noel acknowledged that portraying this new Hope has been difficult, but she said she makes an effort to discover the truth in the part and give it her best effort. Regarding Hope's future, Noel expressed her hope that this leads to some kind of reckoning. Hope's desire for power has obviously led her to make some poor decisions, so Noelle hopes her character finally comes to terms with that. Nevertheless, Noelle continues to support Hope in her quest for genuine empowerment. If she's had enough of that toxic environment at Forrester, I would love for her to go off on her own, start her own business, and spread her wings, Noelle remarked. Meanwhile, there are some shocking turns in store for B&B. Hope may receive the reckoning Annika Noelle desires, as a big wake-up call is developing for her. What direction do you want Hope's character to take next? Are you in favor of Hope leaving Forrester Creations completely? In any case, Carter and Hope's romance might not be meant to endure, so keep checking back for any upcoming official breakup announcements. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope will eventually begin a new chapter that may present a chance for a new beginning. In a moment that has redefined the power dynamics at Forrester Creations and set the stage for an entirely new chapter of emotional reckoning on The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope has finally reached her boiling point and put Daphne on notice in a confrontation that is as strategic as it is deeply personal, a confrontation that echoes with the weight of past betrayals, unspoken resentments, and the relentless quest for self-respect in a world where every secret and every whispered manipulation can alter the course of lives forever. For years, Hope has navigated the murky waters of loyalty and deceit, enduring the sting of repeated betrayals and the slow, painful erosion of trust as the intricate web of relationships around her, especially those involving Carter, whose actions have long been colored by ambiguity and the lure of forbidden temptation, became increasingly tainted by Daphne's calculated seduction and subtle yet persistent interference, and now, with the evidence of Daphne's closeness with Carter laid bare before her eyes, Hope's internal resolve crystallizes into a bold declaration that she will no longer tolerate any further attempts to undermine her relationship or diminish her worth, a declaration that is as much a personal catharsis as it is a tactical move aimed at re-establishing the boundaries that have been so ruthlessly tested over time. As the tension in the boardrooms and back corridors of Forrester Creations mounts, and as every hushed conversation and furtive glance seems to conspire against her, Hope's decision to put Daphne on notice is a carefully calculated act of empowerment, a move designed to disrupt the carefully orchestrated schemes that have for too long sought to pit her against the seductive allure of Daphne's charm and to create fissures in the very foundation of the alliances that have held the Forrester legacy together. By confronting Daphne directly, with a mixture of icy determination and raw emotional intensity, Hope not only exposes the duplicity that has infested her personal world but also sends a resounding message to every player in this high-stakes game of power and passion that she is no longer willing to be a passive pawn in someone else's manipulative plot, and that any attempt to usurp her rightful place, whether through whispered insinuations or overt acts of seduction, will be met with uncompromising defiance and a demand for accountability that leaves no room for ambiguity. In that charged moment, as the air crackles with unspoken accusations and the weight of all the years spent questioning the integrity of those around her comes to a head, Hope's words slice through the tension like a scalpel, forcing Daphne to confront the reality that her calculated advances and carefully crafted facade have not only failed to distract from the growing evidence of her ulterior motives but have also incited a fury in Hope that is as unyielding as it is transformative, a fury that is underscored by the personal sacrifices Hope has made in her relentless pursuit of truth and loyalty, and that now propels her to reclaim not just the remnants of a betrayed love, but the very essence of her identity that has been battered by the continual cycle of deception and half-truths. The confrontation unfolds in a setting where every detail, from the subtle shifts in tone to the piercing intensity of Hope's gaze, speaks volumes about the inner strength she has cultivated over years of adversity, a strength that is now being wielded like a weapon to dismantle the facade that Daphne has so meticulously built, revealing not only the cracks in her carefully curated persona but also the broader implications of a relationship built on shifting allegiances and manipulative power plays. As Hope stands before Daphne, her voice steady yet laden with the emotional residue of countless past wounds, she issues a warning that is as much about safeguarding her own dignity as it is about challenging the systemic dynamics that have allowed individuals like Daphne to exploit vulnerabilities and orchestrate betrayals behind closed doors, and in doing so, she transforms a deeply personal moment of hurt into a public declaration of independence, one that resonates with the enduring themes of resilience, self-worth, and the uncompromising demand for honesty that have long been the hallmarks of her character. Every word she utters is imbued with the promise that she will no longer permit the erosion of her trust or the undermining of her relationships by those who operate in the shadows of duplicity, and as she lays bare the extent of her disillusionment with the actions that have threatened to fracture the delicate bonds of love and loyalty that once defined her world, the impact of her confrontation ripples outward, sending shockwaves through the corridors of power at Forrester Creations and forcing even the most entrenched players in this intricate drama to re-evaluate their positions and consider the true cost of betrayal in a universe where every whispered secret has the potential to ignite a revolution of the heart. In that singular, unforgettable moment, Hope's decision to put Daphne on notice transcends the immediate crisis of infidelity and seduction, becoming a symbolic turning point that encapsulates the timeless struggle between vulnerability and empowerment, a struggle that, while born of personal pain, carries with it the promise of renewal and the possibility of redefining relationships on terms that honor truth, integrity, and the unassailable right to self-determination. As the confrontation reaches its crescendo, the charged silence that follows is filled with the unspoken acknowledgement that a new era has dawned, one in which Hope is no longer the silent sufferer, but a force of nature determined to reclaim her narrative and to ensure that every act of manipulation, every subtle maneuver designed to undermine her confidence, is met with a response that is as resolute as it is liberating, a response that ultimately reshapes the landscape of trust and power in a world where personal betrayal has long been tolerated in the name of ambition and survival. Thus, in the midst of swirling uncertainties and the ever-present threat of further intrigue, Hope's confrontation with Daphne stands as a beacon of defiance and a clarion call for transparency, a moment that not only redefines the boundaries of her personal relationships but also challenges the very foundations of the Forrester dynasty, leaving all who witness it with the stark realization that true power lies not in the secrets we keep, but in the courage to expose them and to demand that those who seek to exploit our vulnerabilities are held accountable in the light of an unyielding, uncompromising truth, a truth that, once revealed, has the power to transform despair into strength, isolation into unity, and betrayal into the catalyst for a future where trust is rebuilt on the solid bedrock of mutual respect and unassailable integrity, ensuring that the legacy of Forrester Creations, and indeed the hearts of those who inhabit its world, are forever marked by the indomitable spirit of a woman who refused to be diminished by deceit and who, in a single, explosive moment of confrontation, put Daphne on notice in a way that will be remembered as a turning point in the ongoing saga of love, power, and redemption that continues to captivate audiences and redefine the very essence of what it means to stand up for one's truth in a world where every whisper of disloyalty can ignite a firestorm of change. In the labyrinthine world of Forrester Creations, where every whispered secret can upend alliances, every concealed truth has the potential to shatter long-held trust, and the stakes in both personal and corporate realms are higher than ever. Finn's decision to keep a mega secret from Steffy has set in motion a chain of events that promises to unleash a tidal wave of drama, heartache, and irreversible change, leaving both him and Steffy teetering on the precipice of an emotional chasm that could forever alter the trajectory of their intertwined lives. For years, Finn has navigated the murky waters of duty, desire, and deception with a charm that belies the complexity of the secrets he harbors, but this new revelation, buried deep within the recesses of his past and now threatening to resurface at the most inopportune moment, stands as a colossal barrier between the man he once was and the future he desperately hopes to build with Steffy, who herself is a paragon of strength, resilience, and uncompromising loyalty in a world where loyalty is often betrayed and truths are twisted beyond recognition. As the corridors of Forrester Creations echo with the murmurs of scheming rivals and the relentless pursuit of power, Finn's mega secret, an explosive truth that he has fought tooth and nail to keep hidden, believing that its revelation would not only devastate Steffy but also undermine the fragile equilibrium of their personal and professional lives, slowly simmers beneath the surface, threatening to burst forth like a ticking time bomb that could dismantle the carefully constructed facade of trust and love they have painstakingly built over the years. Every evasive glance, every hesitance in his responses, every meticulously curated moment of distraction is imbued with the weight of this concealed truth, and as Steffy, ever perceptive and deeply intuitive, begins to pick up on the subtle inconsistencies in Finn's behavior, she finds herself caught in a maelstrom of doubt and suspicion that gnaws at her heart, forcing her to confront the uncomfortable possibility that the man she loves may be harboring a secret so monumental that its revelation could alter the very foundation of their relationship. The mega-secret looms like an ever-present specter, a silent reminder of past mistakes and unresolved issues that Finn has long tried to bury under layers of charm, wit, and carefully orchestrated misdirection. This is evident in the hushed, tension-filled moments that punctuate their interactions, whether in the private confines of a dimly lit boardroom where corporate strategy is discussed in hushed tones, or during the fleeting, charged glances exchanged in the privacy of their shared moments. However, as the pressure increases and the gap between what is said and what is unsaid widens, the truth starts to weave itself into the fabric of their daily lives, threatening to unravel the delicate tapestry of trust that has been the foundation of their union. Finn's internal conflict is evident as he struggles to balance the need to protect Steffy from the possible destruction of his truth with the need to protect his own fragile ego, which has been built on a history of calculated risks, covert sacrifices, and vulnerable moments that he has long considered too painful to share. Every night when he lies awake in the silence of his private quarters, he is haunted by the memory of that fateful decision, the moment when he decided to keep this mega secret hidden, believing that its disclosure would only serve to shatter the fragile peace they had so desperately clung to in the wake of past betrayals and lingering scars. Nevertheless, the weight of that secrecy increases with each day, showing itself in quiet moments of desperation, in his covert glances toward the door when Steffy enters the room, and in the slight tremor that betrays the calm exterior he so carefully maintains. The growing realization that Finn might be concealing something significant from Steffy, whose journey has been characterized by a fierce determination to reclaim her identity and assert her power in a world that has repeatedly attempted to undermine her, is both a personal betrayal and a professional liability. This is because the implications of Finn's hidden truth go far beyond the boundaries of their intimate relationship and threaten to upset the delicate balance of power within Forrester Creations, which is as much about corporate legacy and familial loyalty as it is about personal honor and the unwavering pursuit of authenticity. The possibility of Finn's truth coming to light is like a powder keg waiting to explode, and every deliberate move he makes to keep it hidden is fraught with the risk of unintentional disclosure, a risk that grows with every whispered rumor and suspicious glance shared among those who have long been wary of his mysterious past. In boardrooms where decisions are made with cold precision and in hushed conversations where every word carries the weight of legacy, the mega secret is poised to become the catalyst for a dramatic upheaval, one that could see old alliances fall apart, new rivalries spark, and the very future of the Forrester dynasty hang in the balance. The emotional landscape between Finn and Steffy becomes a battlefield as the tension increases, with the forces of betrayal and trust fighting a silent war at every turn. Steffy, who has overcome a lifetime of hardship and is determined to regain the truth that has eluded her for so long, starts piecing together the fragmented clues left behind by Finn's evasions, her mind racing to make the connection between his seemingly innocent actions and the enormous secret he so desperately guards. The air around them seems charged with the impending storm of revelation in a series of heartbreaking confrontations and soul-searching moments that blur the lines between suspicion and love. Finn's every gesture, from avoiding her questioning gaze to subtly tightening his jaw during moments of apparent contemplation, speaks volumes about the internal conflict raging within him, a conflict that pits his desire to protect Steffy from the crushing weight of his past against the inevitable, corrosive consequences of living a lie. The mega secret, which is buried deep in his history and obscured by layers of deceit, is not just a forgotten incident of his past but a fundamental aspect of who he is. If it were revealed, it would not only reshape the parameters of his relationship with Steffy but also force him to face the demons that have plagued him since before they ever met, casting a long, dark shadow over the future they once imagined creating together. It is a choice between maintaining the appearance of stability at the expense of living a lie and embracing the painful, uncertain path of honesty, regardless of how devastating the consequences might be for the woman he loves and the legacy he has fought so hard to protect. As Finn traverses this perilous terrain, every decision he makes is infused with the heavy knowledge that the moment of reckoning is drawing closer and closer, a moment when the carefully built walls of secrecy will either hold firm against the relentless tide of truth or crumble under the weight of accumulated guilt, leaving him exposed and vulnerable in a way he has long feared. When the truth is revealed, it has the power to turn even the strongest bonds into flimsy, transient structures that can be broken in an instant. As a result, the question of whether Finn can continue to keep his mega secret from Steffy becomes not only a matter of personal integrity but also a crucial turning point for the entire Forrester empire. This moment could potentially reshape the complex web of relationships, alliances, and rivalries that have defined the family's legacy for decades. The timeless conflict between the need to protect those we love and the irresistible pull of the truth is exemplified by the dramatic tension that permeates every interaction between Finn and Steffy. This conflict is as old as time itself, and it is depicted in the world of the bold and the beautiful with a raw intensity and emotional depth that enthralls audiences and makes them wonder if the price of secrecy is really too great to pay. Every whispered exchange and brief moment of eye contact that is tinged with unsaid meaning serves as a reminder that the truth is a force that cannot be contained indefinitely and that the day of reckoning, when Finn will have to face the consequences of his silence, is inevitably approaching as the mega secret continues to cast its long, menacing shadow over their lives. Finn's hidden truth will have far-reaching effects that extend beyond their personal relationship, sending shockwaves through the halls of Forrester Creations and permanently changing the course of a legacy that has long been defined by ambition, power, and the unrelenting pursuit of redemption. In that fateful moment, the carefully constructed equilibrium of their lives, built on mutual trust, shared dreams, and the fragile hope that love can conquer even the deepest scars, will be put to the ultimate test. At the end of the day, when Finn's mega secret looms large on the horizon like an impending storm, the question that haunts every heart at Forrester is whether the bonds of love and loyalty can withstand the crushing weight of truth, or if the inevitable day when the secret is finally revealed will mark the end of an era, a turning point that forces every character, from the most vulnerable to the most ruthless, to confront the harsh reality that in a world governed by secrets and lies, the price of living in the shadows is often measured in broken dreams and irreversible loss.